Today, let's talk about the importance of a cohesive brand and brand alignment. Brand alignment is simply understanding the values and purpose of your brand and then acting and communicating in a way that is aligned with those values and purpose. It's a lot of work to build a cohesive brand, but you can't skip this step if you want a successful career in music or if you want to build a successful business as an entrepreneur. The key to creating and growing a strong brand is the ability to create memory structures with your audience. Submit your brand into the minds of your fans and consumers using colors, images, videos, activities, values, the location your music is played, where your merch is sold, and how you communicate. Build associations around yourself and, most importantly, your music and products. Once these memory structures are built, you must constantly refresh them. By doing this, your brand will cut through the noise, stand out, and will be easier to notice and then remember. So let's talk about how you can get started with creating a standout and a cohesive brand. At the Noise Complaints Group, we focus on authentic storytelling when it comes to developing a brand. Your brand is the combination of your personal story, your experiences, goals, interests, values, and mission presented in an organized and authentic way. It's the identity you and your team craft and represent through your actions and visuals, whether that's a logo, attire, haircut, or the way you carry yourself. Together, these aspects add up to create an entire package and make you uniquely appealing to your fan base. Give them a reason to choose you and allow them to deeply connect with you. So for step 1, think about brand alignment. Your brand needs to align across 3 areas. Primarily, your brand must align with yourself as a person and your personal vision and goals. Next, it must align with your product, which is, in this case, music. Lastly, it must align with your fans, which include their lifestyles, activities, and values. These are the foundational elements of your brand that attract fans. Step 2, take some time to do some self-reflection. When working with artists or businesses, we start by asking a set of questions to discover more about them, their goals, their worldview, and their music or products. The goal is to understand what makes an artist or business tick, what's at the core of their story, what's special about their music and products. Once this is laid out, an artist can start to determine their positioning and how they want to connect with their audience. First, you want to understand who you are. Be able to clearly and concisely articulate who you are as a person and as an artist in a way that current and future fans can quickly understand and identify with. Second, understand your values. Be able to tell the world what values are most important to you and why. These are the values you wouldn't abandon or change no matter the amount of money offered. Third, set expectations. You set expectations of where you want to go, so you need to be able to describe that vision for your career. Lastly, you need to understand what you offer. You need to be able to clearly and concisely and vividly describe your product. Step 3, determine your fan base and understand how they think. Whether you're an artist signed to a major label or an independent artist carving out your own path, you need to build out your core fan base. Your fans must be at the center of your brand's focus. Your fans support you. They can work as a marketing force for you, help you grow your career, and help you achieve your financial success. If your fans are held to the highest importance, delivering a quality product and experience will become second nature. So know how you want your art to fit into your fans' lives. Know who you will be engaging and interacting with, and how you want to deliver value to them. So how do you determine that fan base and understand how they think? Simple. Start with some research. First, study similar artists with fans that you want. You're not aiming to copy what they're doing. You're aiming to create a frame of reference and familiarity for your brand that people can recognize. Study how to engage. What is being shared? What topics are being discussed? What things are important to them? Figure out what your fans value. Find the intersections of what they care about and what you care about. It's one thing to form a brand that appeals to people, but if your brand doesn't contain your own passions, it will be hollow. Figure out where to reach the audience you want. Research what platforms your fans are using and what types of content they engage with. That will allow you to decide how you want people to connect and engage with your brand. The key here is to decide how you as an artist and your music will fit into their lives, when will they listen to it, and what will they be doing when they listen to it, and how will it make them think and feel. In the beginning, everyone will be a casual fan. It's your job to turn them into core fans. The first step to doing so is to create meaningful interactions with your fans. To do this, you must understand your fans and identify why your fans follow you. The best way to do that is by simply talking to your fans. Talk to them after your shows, chat with them online, and connect with them on an individual level to understand why they support you. Step 4. Position your brand and your music. Simply put, brand positioning is how your brand fits into the minds of your fans and helps guide the decisions you make that affect how fans perceive you and your brand. One big stumbling block artists run into is describing their music. Describing your music by stating the genre means almost nothing because genres are so diverse and have blended greatly. The purpose of your brand is to draw people in, so you need to be able to describe your music in a way that makes sense and paints a vivid picture for them. For example, for an artist like Pusha T, I'd say he makes lyric-driven hip-hop for hustlers and people who enjoy luxury drug raps. For an artist like Currency, I'd say he makes hip-hop with an unorthodox flow for people who enjoy weed and cars. To help artists better position and describe their music, I created a genre formula. The genre formula helps you be as specific as you can be about the audience for your music and how it fits into their lifestyle. Step 5. Craft your story. Brand stories are not marketing materials. They are not ads, they are not sales pitches. Brand stories should be told with the brand persona and your personality at center stage. Boring stories won't attract and retain readers, but stories brimming with personality can. As Seth Godin says, marketing is no longer about the stuff you make, but the stories you tell. To tell a great brand story, here are some key tips. 1. Be real. Your stories need to be rooted in the reality of you and your brand, so the message and values conveyed in the story are clear and consistent. 2. Personality. Let your personality and the brand personality shine. A story without personality is boring, and no one remembers boring stories. 3. Structure. Follow a traditional story structure with a beginning, middle, and end. An example structure could flow this way. The beginning can be about what inspired you to make music. The middle describes the change or connection you want your music to make. And the end is where you want to take your fans in the ideal future. Last, engage. Tell the story across mediums using multiple layers to keep fans coming back for more. Step 6 in building a cohesive brand is developing the visual identity. Brand stories aren't just told with words, they're also visual. So the images, colors, and other visual elements you use to tell your story and craft your brand are incredibly important. Your visual identity is the personification of your brand into tangible elements, and your identity must be clear, consistent, and cohesive. Artists are sometimes so eager to come to market that they skip a crucial step in marketing themselves, solidifying a visual identity. This results in a disjointed appearance, an inconsistent message, and the inability to create brand loyalty. Visual identity is critical in growing your brand. A key aspect of brand growth is distinctiveness so that it stands out and is easy for people to recognize and remember. Even if your music is similar to other artists, your visual brand should not be. It should be unique and speak to you. Step 7 in creating a cohesive brand is communication. Your brand won't mean much if you don't share it with the world. Keep all the information clear, structured, and easy to follow while explaining what makes you unique. Be authentic and show your personality. Keep the stories, values, themes, look, feel, and experience consistent. Be well-rounded and talk about more than just music or yourself. Give fans relevant, quality content. Most importantly, know who you are talking to, convey your values, encourage engagement, and share your feelings and fit into your fans' lives. Amber Grimes, the VP of Creative for Capitol Music Group, admits the difference between a superstar and a run-of-the-mill artist lies in their narrative. With this being the case, more and more major labels are recognizing the value of building brands for artists and building out their artist development teams focused on helping new acts establish a personal brand that is consistent across their music releases, fashion sensibilities, live shows, and more. The goal being, as JJ Corsini, a VP of Artist Development at Universal Music Group, points out, is to foster a deeper connection with fans and achieve longevity in the fast-paced digital music landscape. Artists and entrepreneurs should be working on building their brands as well. Reference these guidelines when doing so and get creative and experiment with what works, and don't be afraid to make your mistakes, especially now while no one is watching. Thank you for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and learned something. Comment with a piece of advice that you thought was particularly useful. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. I really appreciate your support. Also, if there's a piece of branding advice or a topic that you want me to dive into or explore, leave a comment with that as well. Thank you again for watching, and please share this video with anyone you think might find it helpful.